Hello everyone, and welcome to WDW Opinion Live. Thank you so very much for being here. My name is Conor Brown, and I'm a lifelong Disney fan who's been traveling to the parks for the last 20 years, and I'm also a former Disney cast member, so I know what it takes to make the magic. My passion, it's simple. It's to help you plan for and daydream about your next perfect Walt Disney World vacation. I do that by sharing my expertise on my blog, podcast, these live streams, and so much more. You can check out all the content we got going on over at WDWOpinion.com. And thank you again for being here. Tuesday night is always my favorite night of the week. Why? Because I get to share it with you, my fellow Opinioneers like Kevin from Doghouse Dog. Kevin, always good to see you, my man. Hope things are good. It's looking good. The Red Sox are having a good year. Hopefully the Paw Sox are starting to have a good year as well. Ron is also joining us over on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in, Ron. Mike is back, and he's all the way in Fort Wilderness. Mike, I am very, very jealous of you. I love Fort Wilderness. I love Disney World, obviously. I wish I could be there right now as well. Austin, great friend of the pod, coming to us from Orlando as well. Over on Instagram, it looks like we have Leslie and Riley. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. If you haven't been here before, the way our Tuesday night live shows work is we dive into some Disney World news, and then we go into some WDW opinion content, and I'm going to ask you questions all along the way. Guys, the best way for this to work is to leave those comments in the comment section. That's how we'll be able to connect, whether you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook. It doesn't matter. We're all members of the Opinioneers community, and this is the best way we can connect here live each and every week. I hope your weeks have gotten off to a great start. So let's get into some news, shall we? First Disney news story of the week is that the holidays are coming to the Animal Kingdom. This is very, very cool, and this is a story coming right from the Disney Parks blog. Everyone will be feeling extra merry and bright at Disney's Animal Kingdom this holiday season, with festive new entertainment and holiday decor in every land in the park. It all begins when you cross the bridge to Discovery Island, finding yourself in the midst of a celebration of winter, handcrafted by the eclectic community of artisans who make the island their home. The village is filled with sparkling white holiday decorations, colorful animal-inspired luminaries line the rooftops, and wireframe lanterns in the shape of beautiful birds can be found perched throughout the area. During the day, Discovery Island springs to life with a holiday gathering of winter animals, realized in the form of life-size artisan sculpted puppets. Very, very cool. That's very unique. Reindeer, foxes, polar bears, penguins, and more interact with guests, accompanied by serenading musicians as they create a playful atmosphere of festive fun. A lot going on here. All you really need to know, and I'll dive into some other details in a second, is that the holidays are coming in full force to Animal Kingdom. I always feel like Animal Kingdom, out of the 4 theme parks, doesn't get the TLC it deserves during the holidays. In the last couple of years, Disney has really amped up their game when it comes to Hollywood studios. I feel like Epcot is always on point with the festivals around the world. And Magic Kingdom, of course, is Magic Kingdom, all decked out in the holiday decor like none other. What is your favorite park during the holidays, during Christmas time, in December, in November? What is that one park when you walk in you think, Christmas is here? Is it Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios? Maybe it was Animal Kingdom. For me, I feel like Animal Kingdom was always lacking in this regard. Sure, it had elements here or there, but certain areas just didn't spark as much. They had some very, very cool trees, very, very cool decorations, but it seems like Disney is really going to outdo themselves this year at Animal Kingdom. As day becomes night, the rooftop luminaries in the Discovery Island bring a warm and festive glow to the entire village. At the center of everything, the Tree of Life awakens with a series of wintry tales, complemented by a familiar and heartwarming holiday-inspired musical score. Between awakening moments, The Tree of Life continues to shimmer and sparkle throughout the night, alive with the magic of nature and the spirit of the holidays. Very, very cool. Mary, it's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in here. Mary is an active member of our WDW Opinioneers community. Mary, we were just talking about some new Christmas time and holiday experiences coming to the animal kingdom, which is very, very cool. Now, so we're going to have elements, in Discovery Island. We're going to have elements along the route there. We're going to have it during the daytime, during the nighttime. It looks like there's going to be a lot of entertainment. These Tree of Life awakenings that they've been doing for the last couple of years is very awesome. But I think when it comes to the Christmas time, this is what I really love. The ability to cast, projections up on the Tree of Life, but have different iterations throughout the year. We're going to get a Lion King one in the summer because of the live action movie coming out. It's just a way to bring life to the parks when, especially for someone who goes a lot, it's going to just kind of be a new experience. Each time you go, depending upon the time of year, it will be different. Leslie Lutton over on Instagram is saying, I've only been to Disney during the holidays one time, but I liked the Magic Kingdom the most. Leslie, Magic Kingdom is awesome during the holidays. I will say that's the one park I think just goes all out, top tier, no doubt about it. They might be getting a run for their money with Animal Kingdom. Obviously, they have that awesome Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That is a can't miss. Magic Kingdom, I think, is my favorite during the holidays as well. Sue Brown is tuning in over on Facebook, coming from Maryland, of course. Favorite decorations for me, MK, Magic Kingdom during the holidays. Excited to see what they'll be putting up, more decor at Animal Kingdom. Totally there with you, Sue. This park needs more when it comes to the holidays, especially because I think there's going to be a lot of people in the parks this holiday season, especially, and for the next couple of holiday seasons to come. So the more elements that they can add to the parks, especially Animal Kingdom, which has only gotten popular and popular, is a very, very good indeed. Over in Dinoland, USA, the Disney character friends gathered for Donald's Dino Bash. Get into the spirit with colorful holiday decorations in the style of Donald Duck and each of his pals. And at night, you're invited to gather around the Truckosaurus, love that, for the holiday hoopla dance party, with Chip and Dale, and plenty of interactive fun and games. If you haven't seen Donald's Dino Bash, it's actually pretty cool. At first, I didn't think it was going to be anything impressive, but I liked it. There are cool characters you can meet. It's a fun time. With this added element of the holidays, going to be very cool as well. But get this, in Asia, the residents of Anandpur are also celebrating, but they're celebrating Diwali, the festival of lights. That will be very, very cool. Glowing flowers, lanterns, and more illuminate the square. The village of Harambe in Africa welcomes visitors with a unique holiday presentation, blending the inspiration and style of Western traditions with the colors and textiles of authentic African celebrations. The various groups appearing throughout Harambe introduce holiday-inspired enhancements, including costume additions and new music to their performances. Some more entertainment coming to Animal Kingdom this holiday season as well. I am X Banks Z, finally AK, getting some holiday love. I hear you right there. They need it. And guess what? It's not stopping in those areas because the holiday spirit even reaches the all-new land, the newest land to Animal Kingdom, Pandora, the world of Avatar, or the expats. Can you call them expats if they're not all from America? Are they called ex-Earthers? I feel like they're ex-Earthers if they're not, necessarily from America, but they're out of this world now. Where the expats living and working on the moon of Pandora bring a little Christmas time fun to their alien home with a display at Pongu Pongu of kitschy holiday decor. I love anything kitschy. Combining vintage pieces from Earth with items handcrafted from materials indigenous to Pandora. Very cool. It looks like it's going to not be overbearing in that area. It's still going to let Pandora breathe. It's still going to have that natural beauty, that mystic beauty to it, but it's going to bring in some elements that are going to fit within the land itself. Very, very cool. Excited to see all of this coming this holiday season at Animal Kingdom. It's just going to give you one extra reason to go during the holidays if you don't already have enough reasons at all. All right, let's get into our second news story of the week. Nothing too big here, but it's kind of another little excited piece that's coming. Progress is being made on the Tron attraction at Magic Kingdom. So this is coming directly from the Disney Parks blog as well. Recently, we celebrated another major construction milestone for the much anticipated Tron attraction coming to Magic Kingdom Park at the Walt Disney World Resort. And that's the first steel support columns have been installed. If you don't know anything about this attraction, the Tron attraction coming to Magic Kingdom is going to be in Tomorrowland, so just behind Space Mountain, almost adjacent to Space Mountain. Look up Tron Light Cycle Power Run, okay? Tron Light Cycle Power Run. That is an attraction over in Shanghai Disneyland, the newest of the Disney parks, and it's based off of that attraction out there. I do think it's very interesting that Disney is still calling this the Tron attraction. They don't have a full name for it, and they also keep saying it's based off of that ride, meaning it might not be exactly like it, but we think it's pretty close to it. If you know the movie Tron, Jeff Bridges in the 80s, and they also have the new one a few years ago. That light cycle is that bike where they get on and it kind of goes very straight and quick turns, boom, 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 boom. This ride is based off of that. So when you're on the roller coaster, it's a roller coaster. You actually lean forward like you're on a motorcycle. It's very, very unique, very cool, a thrilling ride. So go check out Tron Light Cycle Power Run. You can type it into YouTube, whatever. That's what you'll kind of get a feel of what this attraction is going to be in the Magic Kingdom. But we're getting very, very close to it opening. We've got a couple more years, but the first steel support columns have been installed. This is going to serve as a framework that will support the coaster's track in Tomorrowland. There was a special look on this video that the Disney Parks blog shared, which I encourage you all to go check out. They're Walt Disney Imagineers, the people that build the attractions. They shared some inside details, and members of the project team also were showing you how they're bringing the attraction to life. The Tron attraction is, of course, based on that guest favorite out in Shanghai Disneyland. Another cool thing is that cast members got to continue a Disney tradition of signing the first support column. So hundreds of cast members get to come during their breaks and stuff like that, put their signature, leave their legacy, so to speak, because that's going to be a piece of that attraction forever. And those cast members get to leave their signature on it. The Tron attraction is set to open at Magic Kingdom Park in time for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary in 2021. Very cool, very exciting. Over on Facebook, it looks like Donnie Connolly is joining us. Thank you so very much, Donnie, for being here. And Donnie, thank you very much for that awesome review on iTunes about the podcast. Thanks for listening to the show as well. Good to have you here, my man, and thank you again for that. Donnie, we're just talking about the new Tron attraction that's coming to the Magic Kingdom. Some new news comes out of that. The first support beam has been launched. It's going to be an interesting attraction. But it got me thinking, because there's so much coming to Disney World from now until 2021. Why is 2021 significant? Well, that's the 50th anniversary of all of Walt Disney World, right? It's going to be a big milestone. We've known how big it's going to be for years because of all the announcements Disney has made. Right now, I feel like our minds are very, very set on one thing. That's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is the new land coming out in Disneyland in the next couple of days, actually. But it's also coming to Hollywood Studios in the next few months here or there in Walt Disney World. Our minds are set on that. But there's a couple other cool attractions coming to Disney World in the next few years that I think a few people have forgotten about. So I wanted to take a moment right now to talk about those attractions and to see what you guys are excited for. So there are 4 new attractions coming to Walt Disney World that are not Star Wars related. We have the Tron attraction coming to Magic Kingdom. So that's going to be a roller coaster like ride. We have the newest one one that's going to come online soonest, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That is a completely new attraction, never to have been done before, a trackless ride system, taking over the old great movie ride space. Also the first attraction ever to star Mickey and Minnie in their own standalone attraction. It's using this new technology called 2.5D, which basically means it's 3D without the goggles. Very cool. We also have Remy's Ratatouille Adventure coming to the France Pavilion in Epcot. That is also a trackless ride system, which basically means it can go all over the place, and you're going to go through the story of Remy from Disney Pixar's Ratatouille. You're going to be shrunk down to the size of a rat, and you're going to go through the kitchens in Paris. A very cool experience. It's very popular out in Disneyland Paris. This one is going to be cool for sure. And then we also have the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster coming to Epcot's Future World. We don't know a whole lot of details about that attraction as of yet. For the most part, we think all of these are going to come online before 2021. But I want to know, what do you guys think you're going to be the most excited to ride? Out of these 4 attractions, what's it going to be? Leslie over on Instagram is saying, I'm excited for that ride, but I'm still upset they got rid of the Great Movie Ride. That's right, Leslie. They got rid of the Great Movie Ride for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I was very sad too. I know Austin Lee, our good friend of the podcast, good opinioneer, he was devastated when that attraction closed. That was an opening day staple, really, in Hollywood studios. Very big deal when it went away. But I'll say this quote from Marty Sklar, who's a former Imagineer, former guy who built the Disney parks. He said, Disneyland is not a museum, right? And he's so right. There's going to be new technology coming. There's going to be new stories to tell. It's always going to be adapting. It's always going to be changing so that you can experience new things, but you're still making those same great memories. So it stinks that we have to say goodbye to some classic attractions like the Great Movie Ride, but I think it does usher in new and awesome experiences. Just unfortunately, sometimes those old things have to go in order to make way for the new ones. Joshua, how you doing, my man? He's got 2 weeks in a row that he's made it to the show. We're happy you made it to the show as well, Josh. Hope all is well with you. Barbara, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in over on Facebook. Sue Brown is looking forward to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway as well. And Austin Lee, everyone say, poor Austin. Give it up for Austin. He deserves a pat on the back because he was devastated when the Great Movie Ride closed. I think this is an attraction in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway that is really running under the radar. We talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago about how delayed it is, which sucks as well. A park that we thought was going to have this new attraction online almost now, sometime in the summer. It's been delayed. We're hearing now February of 2020, so we have almost a year away from now, 10 months or something like that. I'm not great with math, so it's some numbers away from there. But what we have to do is wait for that, but we can take solace in the fact that it's testing very, very well. Disney does bring in people to test these rides before they go out into the parks. It's kind of weird. They have a whole big setup out in Glendale, California. This ride was testing so well that they've already announced that it's also coming to Disneyland, to Toontown out in Disneyland. That is a good sign that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is going to be a massive, massive hit. Looks like Donnie Connolly is also excited for both Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Guardians of the Galaxy's roller coaster, but he's sad that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway not opening this fall. It was upsetting that we heard that it was been delayed so very much, but you know, good things come to those that wait. I am a believer in that So hopefully it will get here sooner than we think. Josh, good to hear that you got a new job as well. Hopefully your new job hours mean you can spend some more time on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7 here with us. We would love to see it every week. Austin is saying, great movie ride, really will be missed. Very excited for what's to come. For me, I think right now it is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, just because of the story it's going to tell, because of the new technology it's going to have, and it's crazy to think that there's never been a ride with Mickey, starring Mickey. This is going to be the first. And Disneyland turned 60 a few years ago. It's almost 65 years old. So to think that there's never been an attraction in 65 years to star the Big Cheese himself, little upsetting, but the Imagineers and Disney are giving us what we want. I'll say this much about the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I think it's also flying under the radar. I think people, might not really care about that a whole lot. I think Ratatouille is one of the best Pixar films by far. Great story, a lot of fun. This is going to be a very interesting experience as well. Trackless ride system, so it's going to be able to go all over. People really, really, really do love it out in Disneyland Paris, so I think it's going to be a crowd pleaser. And let's just say this also with Guardians of the Galaxy coming to Epcot. It's a place that really, really needs these new attractions. It's going to see a loss of attendance when Hollywood Studios gets Galaxy's Edge. It's going through a renaissance, I will say, in the next few years, a rebirth. There will be a lot of new things coming to it. So Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and the Guardians of the Galaxy ride are going to be two big new additions to that place out there. Leslie, I do mean the Big Mouse, the Big Cheese, the Big Mouse, whatever you want to call him. Mickey Mouse, he's finally getting an attraction. Let's see here. Barb is also saying, me too, looking forward to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but she misses the great movie ride as well. Tron, I think people are, skeptical of, just because of the way you do have to get into this vehicle. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be very, very, very cool. People who've gone out to Shanghai say it's absolutely incredible. But the fact that you're going to have to ride it like a motorcycle, I think that's going to turn some people off. The fact that you can see it coming out and swooping down, it's going fast, that can turn some people off as well. But it's going to be a really big thrill coming to a park that has a lot of quasi-big thrills, right? Space Mountain is thrilling, sure. Big Thunder is thrilling. Splash Mountain is thrilling. But it's not like, a Tower of Terror. It's not like a rock and roller coaster. It's not even like an Expedition Everest. This ride is going to be on the same thrill level as those rides, as a Pandora Flight of Passage as well. So cool, very cool. Just always remember, even if Galaxy's Edge is going to be very, very crowded, even if those two rides and attractions that are coming online this year are going to bring in a lot of people, we still have more things to look forward to once that opens for the years to come. All right, let's shift over to some WDW Opinion content of the week, shall we? First up, the podcast episode. This week on the podcast, we're talking about things to do outside the theme parks at Walt Disney World. I started off the show by saying one of my favorite statements, which is Disney World really is a world unto itself. What does that mean? It means there's so much to do and explore outside of those 4 theme parks. You can go there and you don't need to even have theme park tickets to enjoy it. I know our good friend Kyle Loomis, he's a great opinioneer over in the Opinioneers community today, or on our Facebook page. He said, I've gone for the last 2 years, camped out at Fort Wilderness, or hung out at Fort Wilderness, didn't go into any of the parks, had an awesome time just exploring the resorts, walking around Disney Springs, not going into the theme parks. Listen, there's so much you can do in Disney World. You don't have to spend it all the time on an attraction, on a ride, in a show. You can do it exploring the vast, vast area. of the place. It's 43 square miles. That's twice the size of the island of Manhattan. There's a ton of stuff to do. When it comes to our top things to do outside of the theme parks at Disney World, one of our top things, of course, is exploring those resorts. I know Sue Brown loves to explore those resorts as well. But guys, before I get into more topics of what we love to do outside of the theme parks at Disney World, what's your number one thing you like to do outside of the theme parks? Your number one thing that doesn't require a theme park admission at Walt Disney World. Maybe it is exploring those resorts. There's some incredible resorts to explore. It's not like you're going into a Holiday Inn or a Marriott or what have you. There's details within those resorts. Daniel over on Instagram is saying swim at the pool. Thank you, Daniel, for that. Yeah, there's so many cool pools at Disney World. It's not just like you're swimming laps, you know. Stormalong Bay at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club is almost a mini water park. That's something very, very cool to explore if you are staying at that resort as well. A ton of other cool pools around property. When it comes to exploring the resorts, also a great thing to do is go during the holidays because they take on a completely different life of their own as well. There's gingerbread houses in the Grand Floridian. There's chocolate carousels in, Yacht Club and other places like this. Daniel says, you're a very chill guy. You got that right, Daniel. I'm the chillest of the chill. How can you not be chill when you're talking about Disney World? When it comes to other things we like to do outside of the parks, a couple things we mentioned on the podcast are Disney Springs. We love recreation around the property. It's not just renting bicycles. It's not just renting boats, which you can do at Walt Disney World. It's also about you can, go fishing. You can do fishing excursions. There's other sorts of tours you can take for recreation, which is very awesome. And also, when it comes to recreation, you really should explore Fort Wilderness, which is a very overlooked resort. Fort Wilderness cabins and campgrounds. You can camp out there, sure. You can rent a cabin there, which is very neat. But you can also just go there, even if you don't have, a reservation. Why would you go there? It's a huge, vast area, and there's so many unique things to see and do there. There you have all of these animals out back. You can see the animals that also work in the parks at the ranch out there. You can see Cinderella's horses that are used during some of the parades. You can see some of the big, almost Clydesdale-like horses that pull the trolley up and down Main Street, USA. So those are really cool. You can also go on horseback rides, on a horseback ride trail, because there's a whole bunch of wooded areas there, a whole bunch of things to explore. So that's very cool. Fort Wilderness also has some neat trails to explore, the Hoop-de-Doo Review, and Trails End Restaurant. Also can't miss dining experiences. Barbara over on Facebook is saying, I like to see all the resorts and use the pools at Christmas. The resorts are amazing. Mini golf, yes, that was something we forgot to mention in the podcast. Sue Brown on Facebook is saying nothing like resort hopping. Over on Instagram, Leslie is saying, I don't know if this counts, but my family and I always go to Ghirardelli's for dessert and walk around Disney Springs. Leslie, absolutely, that counts. Ghirardelli is awesome. A great free sampling place as well. Get some of that free Ghirardelli chocolate. And Disney Springs really is a place you could spend a day. You could spend 2 days there if you wanted to go into every single shop, if you wanted to go to all those awesome restaurants and bars. It's a great place to bar hop. It's a great place to just walk around and enjoy. Really feel like you're in a completely different world. And again, that doesn't require a theme park admission. Just be careful. It can get kind of out of hand whether you are, indulging in some adult beverages or if you're shopping until you're dropping. It can be almost, if not more, expensive than a theme park ticket. Daniel is saying over on Instagram, the best hotel in my opinion is the Grand Floridian. It just gives me a very good feeling. There's certain resorts like that, Daniel, that do that for me as well. walking in the Polynesian, something just happens to me. Walking into the boardwalk, I also kind of get that feeling, especially walking into Animal Kingdom. But that's just another benefit of resort hopping, of exploring, looking at all those. There's some almost over, close to 30 different hotels that you can explore, each offering a different experience, a different thing to see and do. And they change all the time. You're not going to be able to experience everything in the resorts on one hopping excursion. You're going to have to go back time and time again to see all those details, to get all those stories. Also keep in mind a couple of the resorts, a couple I can name offhand. Wilderness Lodge, Old Key West, Sanaa, which is a restaurant in Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. They all offer free tours. So the one at Wilderness Lodge and the one at Old Key West are kind of tours about the resort. The Old Key West one tells the story about the resort as well. The Sanaa tour, again, that's also free. That tells the story about the restaurant, the culture around it, the food around it, what makes it unique. You want to check in with concierge at those hotels when you get there to see when those tours are available, if you do want to participate in them. Again, just another really cool thing to experience that is not in those theme parks. So it seems like most of us really love resort hopping, which is great. You can hear all of our opinions when it comes to the best things outside of the theme parks by going to wdwopinion.com/episode 43. Episode 43, that's 43. You can listen to the podcast that way. You can also listen to podcasts by searching WDW Opinion on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. That's the best way to find it. Also, we are doing a giveaway this month. If you do like listening to the show, and I know there are plenty of people here that do. I know we've had reviews from Sue, we've had reviews from Austin, we've had great reviews from Donnie as well. Great opinioneers in our community. If you want to win, possibly win a $50 Disney gift card, let me say that again, you could win a $50 Disney gift card by following 3 simple steps. What do you have to do? You have to go to iTunes. This will only work in iTunes. Search for WDW Opinion. Leave us a review. Tell us why you like the show. Give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. Take a screenshot of that review, post it, and then email me the review screenshot. You can email me at Conor, CONOR, at WDWopinion.com. I'm going to tally up all the votes. I'm going to tally up all of these submissions from now until May 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to pick one lucky winner to get a $50 Disney gift card. You can use that in the parks, you can use that online, you can use that in your local Disney store. The reason we're doing this is because we want to grow this Opinioneers community. It's awesome to see people like Sue, like Barb, like Donnie, like Josh, like Austin, like Mary, like Leslie, like Daniel in here, like Kevin. I love interacting with you guys all the time, but I want to interact with as many other Disney fans as possible. Leaving those reviews is a great way for iTunes to say, hey, we think you might enjoy this show as well, and get other people into the podcast, into the community. So again, if you want to win that Disney $50 gift card, leave us a review in iTunes, screenshot your review, and then email it to me, Conor, CONOR, at WDWopinion.com, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. I'm picking one lucky winner who will get that nod at the end of the month. You can also go over to WDWopinion.com/episode 43, where you'll be able to learn all the details of how to enter as well. All right, guys, I think that is going to do it for me this week. Oh, it looks like Daniel also says, one time you went to the Hoop-Dee-Doo review and they called me up to dance, and it was an awesome, awesome thing to do. Can't tell the boat on the way back to the Polynesian. Very cool, Daniel. I also got called out of the audience once when I was a small child. It was a terrifying experience from what I remember, but the hoop-de-doo is another cool thing you can do outside of the theme parks. Plenty of stuff to do. You want to hear all of that, wdwopinion.com/episode 43. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me this week, though. Like I say each and every week, thank you so very much for being here. It means the world to me. I love Tuesday nights because I get to spend it with you, my fellow WDW Opinioneers. What's an Opinioneer? Well, you're an Opinioneer for being here. That just means you're a fan of Disney World. And if you want to continue this discussion, you gotta join our WDW Opinioneers community. The way to do that, head over to wdwopinion.com/opinioneers, OPINIONEERS. It's a thriving, awesome community. You can see people like Sue, Barb, Mary, Austin, Joshua in there. You want to keep this up. This is like this live show 24/7 in that Facebook community. Join it over there. Let's take the conversation over there. We can talk in between episodes. If you have any questions at all about Disney World, about your next trip, you can email them to me, Conor, CONOR, at WDWopinion.com. But until next week, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you real soon.